Hey everybody, we are back for our third installment of Arrays and Skip Counting lesson. This is day 3. So first day we looked at arrays, we wrote the repeated addition sentences for them. Day 2 we did the opposite, we looked at repeated addition sentences and turned them into arrays. Today we're going to do both, but we're working with word problems. So these are also multiplication problems. So let's look at our problem first. There are 4 rows of chairs in the cafeteria. Like we always do for any word problem, I want you to visualize that. So you're looking at 4 rows of chairs. Well, each row has 5 chairs. So now in your visual, I want you to picture 5 chairs in each row. And how many rows did we say there were? 4. So we want to know how many chairs there are in all. So this is when my students, the little trick I showed you yesterday, this is when they usually use it, is when they're doing word problems. So as soon as they hear, just because we don't want to flip-flop our word problems where we use the wrong numbers in the wrong place. So as soon as you know how many rows there are, that's usually when my students say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw my rows, a line for each row, because I know there are 4 rows. Now, how many are in each row? Well, let's find that number. The answer is 5. So I'm just going to draw circles to represent the chairs. So there's my first row of 5. There's my second row of 5. Third row of 5. That's 5. And fourth row of 5. So now, whenever I look at my array, I want to make sure it matches the problem. So do I have 4 rows? Yes, I do. Do I have 5 chairs in each row? Yes. Okay, so now let's figure out the total. So let's make our repeated addition sentence there. Get some numbers out. There we go. So remember, the number that you're going to repeat is what's in each row. In each row I have 5 circles. So the number I will repeat is 5. How many 5s do I have? Well, how many rows do I have? I have 5 circles in each row, which are 5 chairs in each row. So whenever I figure out the answer to this, I know I can count by 5s. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So my answer is 20 chairs. Multiplication sentence, can we make it? Yes, we can. So remember, how many rows do I have? Well, that answer is 4. How many chairs were in each row? That answer is 5. And if I look at my total, 4 times 5 is 20. Let's look at another one. All right, this time we have 3 rows of cookies in a tray. There are 8 cookies in each row. How many cookies are there? So I'm trying to picture my cookies on a baking sheet. First off, let's pull the information that we need out of this word problem. So what I need to look for is how many rows I have. Do you see it? You know, I love to make marks all over my word problems. I look for those important things, those important bits of information. You should be doing that too. So I'm going to go and underline, okay, I know I have 3 rows. Now, if you want to, this is where you can say, okay, I don't want to flip-flop this, so I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 rows. Then I'll put some cookies on them. How many cookies go on each row? Well, 8 cookies go on each row, so let's draw our cookies. There's our first row of 8. Second row of 8. And double check, I think I need one more. Third row of 8. So I have, double check, do I have 3 rows? 1, 2, 3, I do. Are there 8 cookies in each row? Yes. So my array looks good. Now let's work on the repeated addition sentence. How many cookies are in that row? It is 8. How many are in the next row? It's 8. Remember, it's the same number. We're going to that's why it's called a repeated addition sentence. We're going to repeat the same number over and over again. So there are 3 rows. I have 3 8s. If I add this together, you know 8 and 8 is 16. Count on after 16, add your 8. So after 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 is our total. So now we're going to make our multiplication sentence. How many 8s do you have? How many rows do you have? You have 3. What number did we repeat? What number is in each row? It was 8, and our total is 24. 24 cookies. All right, this time we have 5 rows in a garden. There are 2 flowers planted in each row. How many rows do you have? Do you see your important information? Did you visualize your picture? So remember what it was. It's a garden. There's flowers in each row. 2 flowers in each row. How many rows? Well, there's 5 rows. So I'm going to do what we've been doing, and I'm going to draw my rows. 5 rows. Now let's fill in our flowers. How many flowers were on each row? 2. So we have, there's your first row, row number 2, row number 3, row number 4, row number 5. Does my array match the information? Do I have 5 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do. Do I have 2 flowers in each row? I do. Repeated addition sentence. How many flowers are in that row? What number do I have in each row? Well, the number I'm repeating is 2. So there's row number 2, row number 3, row number 4, row number 5. And who can tell me what we're going to count by? Yes, we're counting by 2s. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is your answer. Multiplication sentence. How many rows of flowers did you have? 5. How many flowers were in each row? 2. So 2 times 5 is 10. There we go. All right. I think I'm going to leave those next ones to you to kind of to work on those on your own. So they will be on the lesson that is not recorded with my voice. So you can work through those. And at this point, you should be able to finish everything that's in the packet that I included with your arrays. So that's all of your array stuff. Tomorrow we'll meet and we will be talking about skip counting, which is all review. So I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.